Tasya heturvidya. Not understanding his purpose is ignorance. Not understanding this relationship of Brahma and Maya, that is universe, is ignorance. Shabda Jnananupati Vastushunyo Vikalpaha. A word pronounced indicates the subject of non-existence. The operating system Vikalpa is the mental faculty through which whims, visions and fantasies are summoned up. Imagination, especially of a whimsical and fantastic nature. If you speak a word tree or cow, you can show them since they do not exist. But if you speak God, Ishwar, Brahma, Spirit, it cannot be shown or perceived. Here, the items that are pronounced are not even perceivable, unlike air that cannot be shown, but its existence can be perceived. Imagination of subjects like ghost, faith, ideologies are the outcome of an independent operating system called fancy, Vikalpa. This operating system drives you to futuristic imaginations, mostly they are impossibilities. Vikalpa has ruled the world with fantastic ideas, all imaginary, like spirit, ghost, falsely claimed spiritual powers as miracles, and prodigy of saints and trick masters. Various isms to show people rosy pictures, the fanaticism and such imaginations that have brought pain and misery in the world. Abhava pratyayalambana vritti nidra. Prolongation of perceiving absence is a system of sleep. When absence of matter and the void is perceived, this stage of mind is detachment to external world. This is like anesthesia, where senses are closed temporarily, but not exactly anesthesia. Sleep is an operating system that drives ThinkPad to stage where sense organs are closed for incoming data, and the absence of everything, even the physics, is perceived. This is like creating void. The sleep is prolongation of absence. It has different thresholds. The first threshold point where a little sensory stimulation terminates sleep. The next point requires a strong sensory stimulation like a kick or impact. The third threshold point is deep ever sleep and requires very strong efforts to terminate sleep. Beyond this is the unconsciousness where a medical attention is necessary. Anubhuta Vishya Sampramosh Smritihi. Knowledge perceived through five-fold sense organs and not stolen when stored is memory. The experience of subject is different from different sense organ. View through eyes, smell through nose, touch through skin and sound through ear is experienced. The sound cannot be sensed through eyes or nose. Therefore, the perception through different sense organs by the think tank is multidimensional form stored in the think tank, that is chitta. The flower when touched gives a beautiful view, a pleasant touch and a good scent. This multidimensional sensory figure is stored as a complete flower and its properties and not independently as look or scent, etc. The stored knowledge cannot be stolen or viewed and not corrupted. Thus, the memory is an independent operating system of mind that stores impressions of pre, actual and post incidents that has been experienced earlier but does not exist in present. That store in memory is voluntary, compulsory and automatic. Every moment is going to be a past, next moment, and the next moment was a future, at that moment. The impression stored by memory keeps surfacing at ThinkPad. Since ThinkPad is the driver of this storage, the impressions keep surfacing and perceived from ThinkPad. Abhyasa Vairagyabham Tannirodha. Vairagya, that is dispassion, drives you out of pain and miseries. Intelligence, ego, mind, memory, afflictions, emotions are all matter, that is hardware. Constriction and cessation of tendencies can be achieved through learning and dispassion. To travel further on yogic lessons, it is necessary to bring constriction and cessation of tendencies, and this can be achieved by adopting dispassion to outwardly subjects and practice for inward provocations. Tatra sityo yatnyoabhyasaha. Strenuous exertion made to establish ThinkPad chitta to the firm state with the help of practice and dispassion is the process of learn. स तु दीर्घकाल निरंतर्य सत्कारा सेवितो दृढ़ भूमि. That understanding performed respectfully without interruption, bravery and strong belief attains firmness and depth. The contaminations corrupting purity of mind in the form of immoral acts and unethical practices do not fade away in a short period. As such, the cessation of tendencies will not take place. To terminate the contaminations, a long practice of dispassion and the practices with belief in lessons learned vigorously and consistently. दृष्टानुश्रविषया वितृष्णस्य वशीकार संज्ञा वैराग्यम. Loss of thirst for sensory subjects is subdued objective dispassion. The subdued passion due to loss of thirst for sensory subjects, view, voice, fragrance, tangibility, sex, wealth, authority, mastership, and the subjects perceived through the prophecies and texts by the way of listening is said to be subdued objective dispassion. The passion contaminate mind, and on cropping of passion within chitta, ThinkPad, remain unprovoked. This is constancy and fortitude. The ThinkPad remains homogeneous. The stage of ThinkPad is subdued dispassion. Tatparam Purusha Khyater Guna Vaitrishnam. Discriminative discernment, when dries up, the thirst for objective or subjective endurance dries up. This subjective dispassion is Paravairagya. There are two types of Vairagya, that is dispassion. Objective dispassion, that is indifference and dispassion to materialistic, physical and practical subjects due to knowledge about temporary and sorrowful nature of the world. This is Apara Vairagya. Subjective dispassion, this is indifference and dispassion to matters pertaining to non-worldly matters, and in order to achieve this, a mental frame is required. Cessation of this mental frame and thereby non-attaching to divine subjects is Paravairagya. The discriminative discernment gives the understanding how display pad or chitta and the perceiver are two different. This is Viveka Khyati. The perceiver perceives pain and pleasure. To develop disinterest in divine and spiritual subjects, it is necessary to have knowledge of these spiritual and divine subjects. Therefore, to discriminate with wisdom ultimately emancipates from the bondage of ignorance. वितर्क, विचारानंद, अस्मिता, रूपानुगमात, संप्रज्ञात. The constriction of tendencies through selective thought, bliss and egoist absorption. There are 4 patterns of samadhi or worship or prayer through which the constriction and cessation can be achieved. When you travel through these patterns, you are said to be transcending to absorption. Samprajnat Samadhi. These 4 patterns are itself Samprajnat Samadhi, the first step of achieving constriction and cessation. Savitarka Samadhi, that is selective absorption. Ocular perception. In this pattern, you select the symbol like idol, picture, tree, person, sun, moon or anything as symbol and concentrate on same. This is rejecting all but one to achieve pointed concentration. Normally people perform rituals and rites where prayers, songs and praise are recited with symbol as concentration. This is Savitar Samadhi, conjectural absorption. Savitarka Samadhi, that is mental worship. The second stage of concentration is without symbol. The ritual is mental worship. The symbol and sensory reception is absent and entire thing is performed in mind. The concentration is achieved through intelligence and not with the help of the senses. This concentration is thoughtful absorption.